Greetings, everyone. This is another live streaming with amalightworker. If you are new, welcome to my channel. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and to give me a thumbs up. When you do subscribe, please remember to click on the little bell icon and to select the all setting. This way, you are going to be notified about all of the activities on my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to you. I see a few people in the chat. Love One, Seventh, Liz, Philosoph Vlogs. How is everybody doing? Teresa White, and for anyone in US who is celebrating 4th of July, happy 4th of July, everybody. So how is summer treating you guys so far? Okay, I know that many of my clients had to deal with sudden situations that happened out of nowhere. So it feels like rapid changes, having to deal with surprises so far. And summer, it's not even over yet. Liz says very hot in Atlanta, Georgia. Ruti Tavares, good afternoon. Happy to chat with you as well, Ruti. Okay, I have opened the records of the full moon that we are about to have on July 3rd, 2023. I mean, depending on where you are in the world, for some of you, you may have it on July 4th. And to me, it feels like it's not unusual for 4th of July to have a full moon either a day before or a day after, because I remember the fireworks in Quincy where I lived, and there was, we would go at the beach to watch the fireworks, and the full moon was always gorgeous. Teresa, I'm sorry for your loss. She's saying that she lost both of her parents. I have lost both of my parents too at this point, so I know how you feel. However, for you, it's like you said only days apart, so the wound is probably very fresh for you. I'm sorry for your loss. Michelle, happy Sunday. Oh, in California, it's hot too. Another heat wave. Yeah, it's about to get really hot in the next upcoming days where I live as well. Okay, so, and if you'd like to book a session with me, please visit my website, www.amalightworker.com, and email me at amalightworker@gmail.com. You are going to find my information right here in the chat on the very top, but also posted down here below in the description box, in the show more description. Down here below. So let's see, what is this full moon going to bring for all of us? And it is called the Bach moon, according to the Farmer's Almanac. Emotions are going to be running very high. Many of you are going to feel uncertain about plans, or whatever you are planning to do will happen just a little bit differently. It's very important that during this time you pay special attention to your finances. Keep receipts, keep track of your money. You may have to deal with banks, bank accounts, money transfers, deposits and withdrawals of importance. So, important activity related to your finances. It's very important that you also pay attention to any information headed your way or misinformation. Information that you believe to be true may turn out to be not true. You may have to deal with gossip. You may also have to deal with your own beliefs, because sometimes it's not about the information being presented to you or somebody confining something into you that you weren't aware before, and that could be very shocking or surprising. Sometimes it's about your beliefs. How do you feel about this information? Are your beliefs shifting and changing? Your beliefs about your own health, are they shifting and changing? Your beliefs about who you thought you would be in life, your beliefs about personal beliefs about religion, spirituality, governments. It is during this time that different governments in different countries could be dealing with some shocking situations happening into the parliament. People could be shouting. So senators, people who are voted to be in the parliament, and it is during this time that you may also hear about news of a person or people passing away. And it does feel that the energy of this full moon, some people who are more sensitive than others, you may be feeling the influence of this full moon for like 7 days. Okay, some of you, maybe you already feel the vibration of it, of this full moon already. Pay attention to any situations when you have to be decisive to make decisions. Do not rush to make any important decision. I'm not talking about little decision and little choices. That's everyday's life. But you may want to hold on or postpone to making important changes because you may want to process emotionally what is happening first, and you want to pay attention to comprehend, not only to understand but to comprehend what does that entail, what is required of you. Many of you may have to deal with changes in the work situation. If you deal with clients or if you are self-employed, you may have to deal with a new string of new clients. Okay. And this could be important clients. You may have to deal with people that are getting very emotional in the workplace. Could be people you work with, a boss, a coworker, other people that somehow you have to deal with in the workplace. Or if it's not specifically in the workplace, they are related to you through work. And you may also find yourself in some sort of a power struggles. For some of you, literally, it's going to be physical struggles. For other ones, it's going to be like butting heads, different opinions, different ideas. It could be power struggles with someone who is in a position of authority. Maybe you're trying to get a visa, maybe you're trying to renew a license. And sometimes these office people, people behind the desk, they may be giving you a hard time, or sometimes you may have to call an important office and you know how they put you on hold. I'm getting the sense that everything will be resolved and everything will be okay, but you may be dealing with some people that may be trying to give you some difficulties, but they're not going to succeed. It's very important that you need to keep calm. You may be experiencing yourself how your internal emotions may be shifting and changing. But at the same time, I am shown that many of you, in spite of how you may be feeling internally, you are also going to be having a blast. You're going to have fun. There's going to be social invitations extended to many of you. You may have to deal with gatherings, running into people from your past, uh, meeting or organizing gatherings, and making plans to see people that you haven't seen in a while. This full moon will feel very, very healing. It's going to be chaotic, there's going to be chaos, okay? But at the end, okay, because maybe you're not going to be able to feel the healing right away, but at the end, okay, maybe after 7 days or so, you are going to comprehend, understand, and realize that some healing took place. For many of you who have been struggling a little bit with your health, maybe you just got a cold or something, this full moon seems to be perfect for many of you to start addressing health issues. Go and schedule that doctor's appointment. Go and schedule that consultation. If it is an emotional healing that you need, this could be the time when you make a decision to start seeing a psychologist. If you have been seeing a psychologist, maybe suddenly you feel like you're done. You don't need the therapy anymore. There's going to be a sense that something in your life just got completed. You're finally finished renovating the house. You finally finished work or cleaning that maybe you were doing in the garage. I get a sense of a lot of you in and out of the garage, fixing things, cleaning, organizing things in your garage. I am also shown that for some of you, you are going to take a closer look at your insurance policy, especially if you have a home insurance policy. Does it cover floods? Does it cover anything else? Okay, so you may not necessarily change the policy of it, but sometimes you just need to go over that contract so that you remember what exactly is it that you're paying your insurance for. I'm also shown some of you may have to deal with the tires in your car. I see everything happening from having to clean the tires, having to change the tires in your car. So there's going to some of you could be preparing for like a long travel. So maybe that's why you're just doing a thorough check and a thorough cleaning of your car as well. So I am also showing some of you taking driving lessons. You may be asked if you may teach a niece or a nephew, you may teach a daughter or a son how to drive. So you may be asked to give some driving tips or even teach someone how to drive. It feels that in many ways, you're going to feel this huge shift. You could be completely shifting emotionally, okay, after some ups and downs. Okay, this month of July, you may find yourself in a better emotional state. So for some of you, this big change surprisingly could be happening at an emotional level. For other ones, you may end up changing your mind, okay? And it could be once you change your mind or you let go of something, okay? That could turn out to be very freeing for many of you. Some of you are going to have to deal with important shifts and change in regards to your love life. You could be coming into important understandings about your own social interactions, how these social interactions are contributing or not contributing to you finding a soulmate if you are still single and looking. For some of you, it's going to be about making deep realizations about your partner, if you have one, or about a spouse if you have one. It could be during this time that some of you could be making important decisions about buying a new home, moving in together, or together as a couple, buying and selling property. But I definitely see many of you moving to a bigger and better house. And I am also showing by the Akashic records that many of you are going to be going through your stuff, organizing closets, organizing books, stuff in the attic, like stuff that maybe you had no idea where you stored it. You're just going around the house fixing stuff, organizing stuff, and you could be finding something that maybe you completely forgot that you had. It could be old memories, old pictures, chargers. I'm also shown chargers. So it could be a few items that you find that you haven't used in a while, or maybe you forgot that, or maybe you thought they were lost, and suddenly they are going to reappear in your life. You may also have to deal with some sort of unsolicited dating advice or marriage advice. You are going to be dealing during this time with some sort of a proposal. For some of you could be proposal connected to dating, marriage proposals, engagement proposals. Other ones are going to be attracting collaborators, people to collaborate with, people that are going to try to give you a hand to promote you in some way, to promote your business, to promote you in the workplace, or simply to do a little propaganda to put a good word in for you. Okay, maybe in the workplace, maybe you like somebody and your friends or your family members are trying to put in a good word for you with the person that you like. So when you think that something that you wanted to take off, it's not taking off, when you least expect that, could be a project, could be a decision, could be a relationship. When you least expect something to happen, it will happen. And people that you are going to run into now, people that you are going to encounter, whether you are communicating with people online, in person, over the phone, these are going to turn out to be life changing. You may end up changing their life and helping them, they may end up helping you. However, for those of you who are dealing a lot with online communication, either due to your work or maybe you're dating online, there could be some situation where you have to clear the air about something. So make sure that there are no misunderstandings. Okay, because for some of you these online situations may turn out to be tricky. It could be a dating situation that may turn out to be tricky. Maybe it's you haven't met in person just yet. So make sure that you know who is communicating with you on the other side of the phone, on the other side of the line, on if you are online, who is communicating with you on the other end. And they're showing me um, many of you spending money on jewelry, but I am definitely seeing some marriage proposal popping up because they're showing me a ring. Somebody's thinking of proposing to someone. Okay, and I'm seeing this very special ring. So, and it could be that around the full moon, this person comes up with that realization that this is time to pop the question. And maybe the proposal itself will happen much, much, much later. But these are big realizations in love. Whether you are single, you're going to come to big realizations. If you are in a relationship, if you are in marriage, big realizations in love. And they are also telling me, even though there are going to be some mixed emotions around this full moon, it still feels very romantic and very celebratory. I hope that this is making sense to all of you. I'm going to take a look at the comments in a moment. If anybody has like more specific questions about the full moon, ask me now so that the Akashic records may address that with you. So again, I opened the Akashic records of the full moon that specifically is happening on July 3rd, 2023. And I would love to get spirituality based questions or questions about the Akashic records itself. If anybody wants me to train you, to teach you how to open your Akashic records and how to open the Akashic records of others to do readings, please do let me know. Okay, I see Heal This Life and Z. How are you? Abstract Wellness. How are you doing? Pat. Okay, so this is not love questions. I cannot answer questions that pertain to a different reading. This is not a personal reading. Okay. When you do an Akashic reading, you open and you close the records with a special prayer, and you decide whether you are opening the records of a person who needs a reading, whether you are opening your own personal records, or whether you are opening the records of a situation. So if you are opening the records of a situation, like right now, the situation is the full moon, that's the information that you are going to get. So for those of you who would like to schedule a private consultation with me, please email me at amalightworker@gmail.com. And you can always visit my website, www.amalightworker.com. I'm not seeing any specific questions about the full moon. Oh, I just got one now. Rituals for full moon. So specifically, so they're telling me that specifically they're going to give you rituals to do for this particular full moon, not necessarily for every full moon. So for this full moon, it can either be done a day before, the day of, or a day after. I'm getting a sense that this full moon will help a lot of you to manifest. It is the perfect full moon to set an intention. I'm getting the sense that for many of you, it would be more useful to sit with your thoughts, maybe to meditate, maybe to pray. If you don't have an intention, the intention will be shown to you during a prayer or a meditation. It would be much more useful for you to write down in pen and paper, not to type it, pen and paper, when you write down your intention. And I am told that around the full moon, you need to place rose quartz on top of the paper where you wrote your intention, and maybe leave it somewhere by the window, okay, where the full moon can can illuminate the rose quartz. And if that's not possible as long as you leave it somewhere by the window. I'm getting the sense that after 3 days, you're going to take the rose quartz and the paper when you wrote your intention and place it under your pillow. Okay, so put it in a position that is comfortable for you, so it doesn't have to bother you when you toss and turn at night. But rose quartz is being shown to me as a very powerful stone to use during this full moon. You can wear it, okay, you can pray with it, you can do readings with it. Another useful stone that is being shown, it's also crystal clear quartz. You may also use that as well, so to place it under your pillow, to do the same thing when you write down your intention and you put a clear quartz on top of it. Another thing that they are showing me, for those of you who have gemstones, crystals, this is an ideal moon to charge your crystals, your stones. If you happen to have tarot decks, it's the perfect moon to start charging or to cleanse the tarot decks that you are using simply by leaving them in the window or in the balcony at night. And it does feel that it is also the perfect moon to release any toxins in your body. You could be doing a juice cleanse. You could be seeking a nutritionist or a dietitian specifically, for to have some sort of a brief program to release any toxins, something like that you can do in a weekend for 2 or 3 days. That's what I'm shown, something brief. If you are the kind of person who does Reiki, or maybe you like to receive Reiki, it's the perfect moon to receive any type of energy work, Reiki or other forms of energy, focusing on releasing physical toxins from your body so that your health may benefit, but also toxic thoughts out of your mind and toxic feelings. It is a very good moon because after you detox, you're going to feel more recharged. So it feels like the perfect moon to detox yourself from negative people and negative energies, and it may just happen without you having to do anything, because that's what's going to happen for some of you. That's what the full moon is going to bring you. So I hope, Pat MLS, who asked that question, I hope that you are satisfied. Tammy B, good morning. Can you talk more about the eye power issues that may be happening at work due to the full moon? This message resonated with me. So power issues, when the Akashic records were talking about that, it wasn't necessarily only about work. That could also be applied to a sibling related situation. Okay, that for some of you, you may be struggling with, do I believe in God? Do I believe in other things? And there could be power struggles there. So something in connection to your own spiritual beliefs, or maybe even faith crisis. This could be the time that some of you, maybe they have their very first reading or their very first Reiki session, the very first time that they hear about metaphysics, and they could be very impressed by it. They're going to be puzzled and maybe not knowing whether, do I believe this? What happened? Okay, when it comes to power issues or power struggles in the workplace, I am getting the sense that the best way to handle it is, it feels like someone may want to start something to aggravate you. So handle it with a lot of diplomacy, because you may be prone to fire back right away. I'm not getting the sense that these power struggles or these power issues are worth it. If you just let it be, it's going to fizzle out on its own. And for some of you, as a result of it, you're not going to be fighting or anything, but as a result of it, you could make your decision that, oh, okay, maybe it's time for me to start looking for another job in a different department or a different company, without a scene, very quietly, privately, in the background, you're looking for something different. So that's what I'm shown about that, Tammy B. I hope that made sense to you. So, Liz, the possibility that you find a home before September, I'm shown more like before next year or before New Year's rather than before September. That's what I'm shown. Pat MLS is saying thank you. Iris, how are you? Thank you. So, abstract wellness, the record mentioned work issues, and you are having them all of a sudden very badly. So, it feels like this is an intentionally or an intense emotional time for a lot of people. Okay, including you and people you work with. So, if people are able to put their emotions aside, deep down there are no issues. But for some reason, situations can escalate pretty quickly because the people that you are dealing with, they could be shifting and changing their emotions suddenly, but that may also be you. Not getting the sense that any harm will be done. It just feels like caution around some people, because even if the situation escalates, again, this is being shown to me as later on this situation is going to resolve. Okay, so it feels like temporarily, like a glitch in communication around that. So I hope that this is making sense. Uh, so right now it's about, if you are struggling with anything in your health, this is the perfect time frame to start. As the Akashic record said, just to answer to Sherry Noir, To start booking the doctor's appointments. If you need to see a naturopath and you are drawn to that, then start looking for one. If you feel that you need physical therapy, let's start looking for one. So this is the time frame where it feels like a blessed beginning in anything that you may want to do with your body. If you want to lose weight, if you want to gain weight, if you want to be gluten free, so the time frame feels good. I'm also getting some of you having to deal with a dentist, going to the dentist office. Okay, so and financial situation, it feels like June, July and August are two very important months for anyone who wants to start anything new financially. So this is the time to start taking action. Okay, take action with your finances and it's going to work out. Just the only caution here is for Iris and for anyone else, don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Okay, don't, if you're investing, don't invest all the money you got in one thing. You may want to be careful around investments. Okay, but it feels like very I get the sense of blessings around new finances, a new job that you get a new paycheck, a new business, so new things that have to do with your money. So that's all that I had to share with you today. Thank you very much for being here. Some of your questions were very specific and very personal, and in order for me to answer to a personal question, when you're going to find love, when you're going to find a job, I need to open your personal records. Therefore, you need to schedule a personal reading, okay, where I say a prayer, I open and close with a prayer, and in this prayer, I'm going to incorporate your full name so I can open your records. And that's how you're going to get the answers to your questions. And also remember the Akashic records, a great deal of it, it's about giving instructions and advice. Okay, yes, there are some predictions there as well, but the Akashic records respect your free will. So they may be giving you steps to do, baby steps to do. And provided that you are doing these baby steps, that's how you ensure a prediction coming true. Michelle, are we able to learn Akashic records from you in a session, or is it a training program? Okay. I usually would teach in a weekend. My first training was around the end of April, beginning of May. It was a small group of people, of 4 and 5 people. And I taught for like, I don't know, maybe 6 hours on Saturday and 6 hours on Sunday, something like that. If you are interested, please contact me at amalightworker@gmail. I am going to schedule a free consultation with you, a very brief consultation, so we can go over what would be the best way to train you. But usually it happens on a weekend, and if that's not possible, we can make it happen like in small portions throughout the week. And at the end, we definitely have to practice, because that is as equally as important as learning the Akashic records itself. The whole purpose is the practice, learning how to do that. So I'm going to have to organize something around that, so you have people to practice with. So no, it doesn't take several months, nor it takes several weeks. Okay, I usually do it on in the hard time of a week. Okay, so email me so we can figure out the details around that. Nihara, thank you. It's nice to see you again. Thank you so much. Yeah, abstract wellness. Yeah, she's part of the group that I trained with some other people. Philosoph also got trained with me as well. Oh, thank you so much, Abstract Wellness. So we will take it from there. And it is such a joy to open the Akashic records. The things that I'm shown. Sometimes I get a feeling. Sometimes it feels like this inner knowing, like, okay? I get images. It's just wonderful. Okay, it's just wonderful. It's amazing to be in the record. So thank you, Philoso Vlogs. She's also confirming. She's one of my students. Like, it is life changing. There is this spiritual upliftment. Like I have never experienced anything like it before. And just the idea that I can help myself, but also the idea that I can help someone else as well, is that's what keeps me going. As you can tell, I have a lot of passion for the Akashic records. Thank you very much again. So again, I would encourage everybody to book a private session or to take a look at my website, www.amalightworker.com. Um, I will be having like an art show. I don't know the date yet. I had to postpone because I had things happening in my personal life, like my grandmother passed away all of a sudden last weekend. And then people had to go on vacation. So I was thinking of doing my art show uh, sooner, but at this point, it's going to be in September. I will be posting them on my YouTube channel. If you click on the community tab, you can see different paintings. I channel the paintings through the Akashic records, but I'm also a trained medical medium, so I can always call upon medical specialists who specialize in channeling paintings. And I also paint that way as well. If anybody is interested to see any of my paintings, to purchase or to commission a painting, understand that I don't just channel them. I have a private consultation with a client free of charge. Okay, and then I channel whatever in the painting I am told to do it. So I charge it with some kind of energy based on the free consultation that I have with the client. Could be Reiki, could be energy to find better luck with finances, could be in connection to ancestors. So depending, because every client is different. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Thank you. Okay, I will see you next time. Happy 4th of July to all of my friends and viewers in United States. And I will reconnect with you soon next time.